85% of people prefer text over email and phone calls because they want to engage in a conversation. All text messaging is not equal. Customers respond to people, not bots. Be more like people and start having conversations that end in conversions. Use Scipio.
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
Steal.
Lie.
We're gonna steal the ship.
Commandant, Lord Lieutenant.
An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks.
Well, someone like you to steal.
Ideas are bulletproof.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Steal this idea.
Hello again, thieves.
We're back
We are back at it yet again.
with another episode of Steal This Idea.
And it is a good one today. I know we always say that.
I know, but I actually really think I have some good stuff today.
Andre's got some good stuff.
I'm in the right headspace.
Yeah,
Can I make a quick confession before we get into it?
sure.
So right before the podcast started, I had a bite of my favorite cookie. And then I said to Scott, I got to have some water now. So I went upstairs to the kitchen. And this kitchen is not super familiar to me.
Yeah.
I've only been in it a couple times. And there's a tap of water. And I go to fill my tap, and there's three little icons. 1 circle, 2 circle, 3 circle. If you wanted a fresh cup of water, what would you press?
I guess the 1 circle?
You'd think that was the coolest setting, right?
Sure.
I think,
so.
well, basically, I don't think it was necessarily the hottest setting. I think just the whole tap was hot water. And it was just like hot,
Hot,
very hot,
scolding.
extremely hot. So
This was more
I
like-
basically
like
had a
coffee.
cup of hot water. But I was like, I got to get on the show. And I don't want to waste a cup of hot water. So I just had like a cup of hot water, basically.
And?
Bad idea. I'm going to go with bad idea. I know that in like East Asian cultures, it's actually, they drink hot water.
It's like tealess tea.
Exactly.
I mean, hot water, I think, is not bad for you to drink.
Yeah. I know that like in China, it's like hot water cures everything.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that today.
You don't feel at one with yourself because of the hot water.
I don't.
I was asked my wife the other day. This is one of those like dumb like magnets. How do they work? Type of things.
Yeah.
Where I was like, why is it that cold drinks are like especially refreshing? And you might say, oh, it's because your mouth is warm. But conversely, hot food is delicious.
Yes.
Right. So like eating room temperature chicken or anything like that, it's like ugh.
Yeah.
But
I think your biology is just wired to know
it's like hot food great,
hot food good,
cold drinks good,
cold drinks good, things at room temperature bad.
anything in the middle. Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it. We are going to start, of course, as we always do, with a little good idea, a bad idea. What thieves don't know is there's a live band in here.
Yeah.
A full stand-up
hey,
bass here.
Marty, Joe, and Keenan. Oh, we've never mentioned you on the pod before? Oh.
It's like the Roots, they're just like
They're just there. All right, we're going to bring back a pretty special segment for Good Idea, Bad Idea. What we've done a couple of times is I give Scott vague descriptions of 3 different good idea, bad ideas. Good idea, bad idea, to remind our listeners, is the segment of the show where we talk about ideas that have been pitched to us. We've seen Instagram ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, out in the wild, talked to by friends, stuff like that.
Stuff that sticks out.
Stuff that's different, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're not like, have you heard of the new 2020 Ford? But it's like generally like Kickstarter stuff, startup ideas, new products, new innovative stuff in the market.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pitch 3 to Scott with vague descriptions. And he's going to pick us 2 for us to actually talk about. And then 1 goes back in the vault, seal that baby up.
Seal that baby right up.
And then we'll bring it out later.
And then we will dissect these ideas.
Yes. The only vault more exclusive than the Disney vault is the Good Idea, Bad Idea
Good
vault.
idea, bad idea vault. Smart house. And these ideas. Give me with the vague descriptions.
All
if
right.
you would,
So
please.
we have another product to concentrate your mind, but this one is different than any other. Okay.
Okay.
Second is a new spin on the USB power bank. You know USB power banks.
Yes.
This is different. The third is an entirely new way to relax.
Jeez, this is a tough one.
I know.
The one that stands out to me that I am the most interested in would be a spin on the USB power bank.
Yep.
Let's start there.
Okay. I'm going to send you a link. And this is to a power bank that is always charged. We've talked a lot on this podcast about the challenge that is things that have to be charged.
Seriously.
So this stuck out to me immediately, especially because I actually, much like neck pillows, like every time I'm in an airport, I buy a power bank.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm worried. And also, I rarely charge my phone. So I often get off a plane, My phone is at 15%, so I buy a power bank just to make it from the Uber to the hotel. So this is called Tao, the power bank that is always charged. When I originally saw this on Instagram, I thought that it was always charged. You know, they show it on like a keychain. And I thought that it was going to be like charged by the power of walking. And how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Turns out it's not that. But basically, it's like a little key hook that also charges your power bank. So it magnetically holsters into the wall. You stick your keys in there, charges your power bank. You pull them down when you're done.
Oh, I see. So yeah. When you said that, I was like, oh, is it like some solar, some movement? Because they have those watches. It's like you move around and it keeps it going. Not that. What this is basically saying is a power bank with a really convenient way to charge it.
It's not always charged. It just is better to charge than most. Which I can sympathize with. It's hard to keep track of those like little micro USB cords and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I like that it's kind of a cute little key hook.
Although I will say this has the this has the Home Assistant puck problem, which is that like you have this nice, lovely little puck and then this like gross cord coming out the back with a nice little regular plug that you have to find somewhere. And it just like ruins the whole aesthetic, right?
At the end of the day, it's like a charger at eye level.
Exactly. Which is like, ugh. This to me, it's like, oh, that's cool. But then I realized there's a power bank or a freaking power cord coming down the wall and you got to like keep it by somewhere where there's an outlet. So for me, where I normally put my keys, it's like there's not an outlet right there. So I couldn't put it there. So I'd have to go out of my way to find a place, buy an outlet, and then put my keys there just to charge it. And to me, now this is like not helpful at all.
Yeah. I think it's just kind of a misnomer to say it's always charged. And that kind of bugs me. Yeah. It really still has to be charged. So that kind of sucks. Yeah. Workshop this idea. What I think actually would be cooler is, you know, like many households, I have a key hook in my house. It's just the keys never end up on the hook.
Yeah.
But what would be cool is if you didn't put it into the key hook, if you got like a push notification on your phone, it's like your keys aren't on the key hook. It might be kind of annoying, but it also might remind you like, oh, I got to go put my keys in the key hook. And that way my keys aren't lost. And I'm not rushing in the morning to find my keys before I go. And
it's kind of like your Apple Watch will be like, hey, if you like go a certain distance from your phone,
it's like, do you leave it behind?
Yeah. Similar type of
vibe. Of course, the technology I don't think needs to be so advanced as to say you left your keys behind, but it would be cool if it knew if your keys were on the hook or not and could remind you to put them on the hook.
What do you think about this? Maybe this is a dumb idea, but so the idea here with like the power bank, it's always charged, right? Yeah. Really, when you're using a power bank, just like you said, it's like, this is just to get me from my destination. Like I just need it to not die.
Exactly.
And so what if you had a power bank that basically, instead of just charging fast and efficiently, the whole purpose was to charge really slowly and to just like keep you at the percentage that you were at.
Yeah.
And so it doled out energy much, much slower as like a, hey, you charge this thing and even like use it when you need. It's like a lifeline.
Right.
But it'll last you a long time because all it is like keeping you above 5%.
It's a 1% charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's not going to charge your phone to full.
No, it intentionally is not. Like it's just going to keep it alive so you can like grab that phone call or like make that Uber connection. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea.
Right?
Because that's what I want.
Yeah.
It is
a little lifeline.
I can throw it in my backpack and it just can survive me like 15-minute Uber rides.
Exactly.
That's all I need. Is I generally when I'm using a power bank, it's not, oh gosh, I need to like get my phone to 100% at all. It's just I just need to survive until I'm home for the night. When I get home from the bars at the end of the day,
right?
Whatever. I just need to have a phone.
If I knew it's like, oh shoot, my phone's at 5%.
Yeah.
If I just leave it, there's a good chance this will die.
Yeah.
So if I could just like plug it in and I know it's just going to stay at 5%.
Keep me alive.
It's going to keep me alive for the rest of the night. And I just don't use it the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Golden.
Beautiful.
I think that's a better innovation.
That is a better innovation.
Anyway, Tao, if you're listening,
yeah,
maybe make a sister product.
I think you build it as a lifeline, and as an engineering team, your goal is to see how many hours it can just keep a phone alive.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Where you're not.
This will keep your phone alive for however
long. Effectively
20 hours or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
And really you only need to charge this thing once a month or once rarely. Yeah. Maybe not even that.
It's a lifeline. Not a
just regular power bank. Anyway.
I like it.
All right. So the other two were
A product to concentrate your mind.
a bit different.
Yep. But new and innovative.
And the other one was
An entirely new take on relaxation.
Man, when you say it like that.
I know. The thing I will say to bias you, I do kind of want you to take the mind product.
Well, I was leaning towards that anyway. So let's go there.
All right. So I'm going to send you a link. This is to theorigin.com, ORIJIN.
Gosh.
And this product is called the Thinking Egg. Have you heard of this? I hadn't, but now all of a sudden.
Gosh, when you just say origin, though, there's this billboard I pass on my way to my parents' house. We go there sometimes, and it's a company called Utilize, but the way that they spell it,
it's crazy.
It's YOODILIZE. Utilize. I'm like,
No.
I get it.
Yes, please no.
But just call it Utilize .ai, like it's spelled the regular way.
Yeah.
Anyway, thinking egg. Here we go. This looks like an egg.
It looks like an egg.
Looks like a rock.
Looks like a tiny egg like a quail egg, like much smaller than an egg.
What is this? What have you sent me, Andre?
I know, very odd. And it says, in a time when cell phones, television, and social media give us constant stimulation, we wanted a reminder to slow down and enjoy the present moment. That's why we created the Thinking Egg, a simple, attractive tool for practicing mindfulness, keeping calm, and inspiring thoughtfulness. You hold it in your hand and you think, this egg brings me mindfulness, thoughtfulness, and reminds me to live in the present.
I don't know what to think about this, Andre.
What do you think?
There is a part of me that can understand. It's not that expensive. It's
$16.
Which is like, that's fine, whatever. It's you're buying a polished piece of shaped metal for $16, not breaking the bank, and it is tiny. The nest that it comes in, this little looks like a bunch of paper clips all strung together. That to me is like pushes me further away. Like for some reason that just turns me off. Although these things, like the wood one, seems really handsome, and
it's handsome for sure. But do you feel like gripping an egg in your hand? It says all natural materials create a connection between you and the natural world, even when you're stuck inside.
So here's the thing. I'm in on something like this. I'm out on this. Yeah. The egg. I feel like that's not the thing I want to hold. When I hold something that's really too small for my hand, I get nervous. Yeah. It's like holding a really small screw. You're like, I'm going to drop this thing. I think it's just too small.
I hope it's heavy.
Yeah, I imagine at least the gold
it has
one.
a good, nice weight to it.
Like, you know those.
What are they? Yeah, I know what you're thinking of.
The balls that would jingle.
The guy that we used to work with had these on his desk.
You would kind of rotate them in your hand.
Yeah, and it was kind of relaxing.
Yeah, even just one of those, or like a stress ball, right? Like you hold a stress ball and there's something about that, right?
Yeah. What do you think is my take on this?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I mean, I would. My guess would be that you think it's a bunch of crock, but
it's the weirdest thing. So I have this. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but I have this service called Bespoke Post.
Oh yeah.
And
they have one of these in there.
Well, so here's the thing. So my box this month is like a cocktail kit. Really excited for it to come. But then when you get these boxes, you can add stuff to the order from their store of kind of interesting men's products.
Right.
And I saw this Thinking Egg. It was $10 through Bespoke Post. So they got me kind of a deal on it. And for some reason, I just was like, I gotta have one of these. So I have one coming to the point where I completely forgot about it until I saw the Instagram ad. And I was like, wait, I just ordered one of these. And I got the gold one. Yeah. And I don't think it's going to bring me mindfulness and connection with the natural world. But I think at the very least, it's a handsome enough
desk thing.
Yeah.
I would try and look for a different holder for it.
Yeah. I'm hoping that it will stand upright. Do you not think it will?
It kind of looks.
I mean, in the pictures, they have them standing upright.
Yeah, it does look like that.
So I hope that they do.
But a cool little spot for it, I think, might just something to look for. I don't know what that would be. Yeah,
that's the Thinking Egg.
I'm curious to see because here's this idea of what they're pitching is this: we're hyper connected, and sometimes we need a thing to take us out of it, right? Mm-hmm. As a religious person, I totally am bought in on symbolism and drawing your mind towards symbols and practicing certain routines and rituals to put you in a different headspace.
Yeah.
I'm all in on that.
Well, and I would be into that if I worshipped the egg.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not quite there for me.
Yeah, I just feel like this isn't. They haven't quite hit it yet.
Yeah.
There is something there. I'm not quite sure.
there.
I'm not quite sure this is it. I kind of want to think about that though. I'm curious because I do like the price point of this, selling it as like an under $20 thing, and I like the messaging of like, hey, like this is a thing that you can like hold on to like.
This is your totem.
Yeah.
If you go to the Inception universe.
I mean, honestly though, like
Yeah.
it's like I think people are drawn to people like that concept in that movie.
Right. You know what? I could get into this is if the egg felt lucky
Sure.
as a gambling man. Like,
What do you think about? What
I
do you
could
think
put
about
the
that?
egg in my pocket, take
What
it
if-
to Vegas. It's like, this is my lucky egg. And I always have been kind of into those kind of ideas.
Okay, the gears have turned here.
Okay.
The totem that really took me on a good. So it's the same concept, right? It's like this is the thing that you can like. Yeah, it can be luck.
Anchor you.
It's an anchor, right? It can be luck. It can be peace. It can be whatever you need it to be, right? And on the website, you have 20 different things. You have a chess piece, and you have an egg, and you have a cross, and they're all like really interesting and like well crafted or whatever. But like you go in and you find the thing that like, oh, it's a coin, right? Like I've thought often about like I'd love to have like a Knudsen coin, like a family coin that's like with me forever, like a challenge coin or something,
Right. And I've been thinking, I wish I had a lucky something,
Yeah, right.
something that I could like hold in my pocket and be like, oh, this is going to give me luck. And
Totally.
This could be that for me. Thinking egg.
Thinking egg. Anyway, that's how I would iterate is I have 15 options to choose from.
Yeah.
And then the same type of thing.
That's a really interesting Stixx idea because you could find 15 totems, all about the same size, all that fit in the grip of your hand,
Yeah.
are generally gold or wood.
Yeah. Maybe
It would feel nice.
Yeah.
You're not like, this is a dollar store toy.
it's not a kazoo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Something to think about.
thieves. If the thinking egg sounds interesting to you, it looks not much bigger than like a chocolate Cadbury egg, like the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. We'll post some links in the description below, as we always do.
All right.
Have we? I think we're at that point. The third
there.
item back in the vault. Now, thieves. Before we get into it, I want to remind you that this episode is brought to you by Pocket Pro.
Pocket Pro Gear.
PocketProGear.com. They make minimalist wallets. They make minimalist keychains.
All that everyday carry swag.
All that everyday carry swag. And they're not like cheapo, kind of lame,
It's the real deal.
It's the real deal. They're made of anodized aluminum, so they're lightweight, but they're really sturdy. And they hooked us up with some, actually. They sent us, I have a nice little sage green one. Andre has a nice little rose gold one.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. They are sponsoring the show. If you go to pocketprogear.com and use the code StealThisIdea, all lowercase, all one word, you get 15% off your purchase. And they would say, start improving what you carry every day. That's kind of their little tagline. Again, Steal This Idea, all lowercase, all one word. We'll include a link in the description below, of course. But check them out.
Pro Gear.
On to the idea. The big idea for this week is a deluxe idea gauntlet. So here we go with that. Well, buongiorno, Andre.
Buongiorno.
Do you know why I say buongiorno?
Let's hear it.
It's because my ideas are all Italian themed.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And they're all restaurant themed. So normally when we do idea gauntlets, the ideas sometimes are a little more half baked, and I present 3 usually to Andre, and he invests a certain amount of money in.
Well, I don't invest.
That's sorry.
Our billionaire philanthropist,
Yes.
Romeo Butters,
invests. Andre invests his money on Romeo's behalf.
It's an investment fund. We manage it together. Yeah, it's complicated.
So, on this one though, because they're restaurants, I can give you a little more detail on all these. So that's why I said it's a deluxe version this time. And these are all Italian themed. I legitimately have considered doing all 3 of these, like starting these 3 restaurants. If I had any excess money, because starting a restaurant's like
It's expensive.
it's expensive and it's like really risky.
It's like the most likely to fail. item of any
Totally.
business.
And what's funny is it's one of those things that everybody kind of wants to start a restaurant. It's really appealing to a lot of people. It's like, oh, I wish I could just start a restaurant or something. But
Even people that are not interested in cooking,
nothing.
food, even.
Totally.
But for some reason, starting a restaurant is almost an American dream.
For real, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to give you, Andre, 3 different Italian-themed business ideas. You are going to invest $1 million from Romeo Butters into 1, 2, or all 3, however you want to split it.
Or none.
Or not.
Just to
You will
put it out there, I do not have to invest.
You have to invest. All right, idea number 1. This is an idea I had. You kind of touched on this, I think, a few episodes ago. Is
Is it Italian burritos?
It's gonna similar.
Because we talked about a fettuccine Alfredo burrito
Yes.
a couple episodes ago.
So this is a restaurant, and I actually think this would work really much better as a food truck, but it could be a restaurant as well. The thing about Italian food, Andre, is it's one of the few fast foods. It's one of the few Americanized foods that doesn't really have a way to get it via drive-through. Outside, I mean, you can get a pizza delivered, but like to get spaghetti or fettuccine or anything, it's like you have to go to a restaurant. But most other food, tacos, like you can go through drive-through, burgers, all that stuff, right?
Chinese at this point?
Yeah,
Panda
exactly.
Express still? Not yet.
Yeah, all of it. Sandwiches, everything. And it's strange to me because everyone loves pasta. Like it's like top 3. Italian food is like top 3 for most people on food, right? And the fast food chains, when it comes to, it's like pizza only, and then that's it, right? Like the only middle ground is something like Sbarro, which is trash, right? So this is a restaurant called Pago, just pasta to go.
Of course.
Now, the secret sauce to Pago is think of like a wrap store, like a wrap joint. You are taking a piece of garlic bread and flattening it down similar to the width of a wrap.
Yeah.
So the taste and deliciousness of garlic bread, but smashed down into a wrap. So I go to Pago and I say, great, Andre, do you want spaghetti, fettuccine, or penne? And you say, well, I'm kind of feeling penne right now. Great. Do you want red sauce? Do you want pesto? Or do you want Alfredo? And you say, oh, I'm going to go red sauce today. Perfect. What about your protein? Do you want spicy sausage? Do you want meatballs? Do you want chicken?
Yeah.
You say, I'll go meatball. Great. Boom, boom, boom. They roll on up. They give you this thing that looks kind of like a hero, where it's like up the
it
top.
comes out the top.
Comes out the top. And you can kind of tear it away as you need to, right, Chipotle style. And you can eat it while you're driving. You can get it through a drive-through, right? I think as a food truck would work really well.
Yeah.
And the genius thing about a restaurant like Pago is, one, it's just noodles, which are cheap. You could pre-make tons of
you
noodles.
can roll in a billion pounds of noodles.
Pounds of noodles. It take no time to just like reheat and recook. Mm-hmm. You can have 2-3 vats of sauce that's like you've made for the week. Mm-hmm. And then really all you're doing is cooking your protein.
Yeah.
That's Pago.
Pago.
Okay, pasta to go.
Yep. Pasta to go. We're going to come back to all these.
Yep. Restaurant number 2. I think it'd be fun to call this restaurant Luigi Vampa's. Do you know the reference of Luigi Vampa?
I don't.
In the Count of Monte Cristo movie.
Hell. Okay.
Luigi Vampa is one of the pirate smugglers who the Count of Monte Cristo ends up with after he escapes from the prison. Anyway, it's called Luigi Vampa's. Luigi Vampa's is teppanyaki meets Italian food. So, one of the coolest things about the process of making Italian food is that you have this really interesting window for making pasta and then cooking it and then eating it, right? So, to make pasta, you get eggs and flour, right? And you knead it for 15 minutes, and then you have to let it sit for 15 minutes. And then you make your sauce, which takes about 10 minutes. And then actually when you're ready to you kind of run your pasta through a little thing, cuts it up, and then to cook it takes like 2 minutes. It's really quick.
Right.
So the idea is you come into Luigi Vampa's, and I'm a storyteller. And I imagine you're sitting at Benihana's or any teppanyaki place. There's 10 of us, right? And I say, Andre, back in the motherland of Sicily, da-da-da-da.
Really much like teppanyaki, where, I mean, teppanyaki is traditionally...
Yes.
It's you know what I mean? Yeah, there's there's so much culture in teppanyaki, and this would be much like that.
Much like that.
Yeah.
Much like the entrance of Olive Garden, not the rest of Olive Garden. Just the very entrance, you're like, wow, this is like...
I mean, basically what you should picture at Thieves is behind the counter pan, whatever, is like an Italian grandpa
Exactly.
or a grandma, you know?
Exactly. And what they're doing is there's a few ways to do this, but I think like the people are part of it where it's like, all right, here's your dough and you just knead this for 15 minutes. And then once they're done, we're going to let it rest. And then I'm going to make my great-great-grandma's sauce.
And I'm going to talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it.
About tomatoes and
sauce. I'm going to have you cut the tomato while I do this. I'm going to flick it up in here. Right. Like it can be as, dramatic or whatever, right? You can make salads while you're doing it. You can make garlic bread. You can make bruschetta, right? And then at the end, everything comes together and you cook it all up and then you dish it out to everybody. And you could there's some ways to do it, just like teppanyaki, where it's like, all right, you have kind of 3 options, where it's like you get fettuccine or you get ravioli or you get spaghetti, and like those are the options. And you kind of just make it all right there. And it's like a date thing, right? So what's cool about this is that like really, if you wanted to pilot this, a couple could do this, and you're charging $40 a plate, just like teppanyaki does. Yeah. And you go through this whole process. It's like you make reservations, and then you could build out this franchise. I think not too difficultly.
Yeah.
Luigi Vampas.
Got it.
All right.
Coming back.
The last one. It's actually quite perfect that we brought some crumble cookies here, Andre, because it's stealing the crumble model.
Yes.
This is an establishment called Stixx, which is a breadstick delivery store. The idea is just like Crumble. If you're not familiar with Crumble, Crumble has these big, huge, ginormous cookies, and they have about 4 flavors you can choose from every week, and they just rotate out in and out every week. This would be similar. And part of what made Crumble popular is like it's just like a small storefront. You can come and get a box and leave, or they deliver it to you at 11 at night or whenever you want them. So very similar in execution, but it's all breadsticks. So you have these, you'd say, oh man, it's 9 o'clock. I want some breadsticks. Yeah. And so in the same way you might crave for pizza, but you're like, I can't eat a whole pizza right now, but I could eat some breadsticks.
Yeah.
Right. So I go and I say, all right, there's the spinach, artichoke breadsticks. There's the triple cheese. There's the pepperoni, and there's a dessert one. There's some cinnamon ones. Right. And it rotates through. Like there's enough combinations of breadsticks, right? That you can come up with, and they're big, right? So it's like you could like eat half of it and leave it and say eat, some tomorrow morning or whatever, right? And you get the marinara cup, or you get the Alfredo cup, or the ranch cup, however you want to do it. And again, just like Crumble, like it's literally taking that exact model. You have new flavors every month. You could slowly creep into other things, just like they're creeping into ice cream. You could creep into like a little simple pasta or a pizza or however you want to do it. But like, I would kill for a late night. Like right now, if I was like, man, some hot breadsticks delivered to where we're doing our podcast, it sounds effing amazing. Stixx. So Pago.
STIX.
You can do 1X or 2X. I would probably just do 1X, but
yeah,
you could get away with 2.
Get away with 2.
Not 3 though. Definitely not 3.
Definitely not 3.
Unless you're in Vegas.
Do not do 3X.
Pago, Luigi Vampas, and Stixx. Andre, I've got the $1 million. Where are you going to spend it?
All right. For $500,000 into Pago, or $500,000 into, so you'll understand in a sec. $500,000 into Luigi Vampa. We're going to come back to why. $490,000 into Pago. $10,000 into Stixx.
Okay.
I don't have to invest in all 3, but I think like there's just enough of an idea in Stixx that I feel like I would go to an Italian restaurant that's like looking to diversify, and I would say, what if you had like an all-day breadsticks service? Like try some rotating breadsticks that you just deliver. It takes maybe $10,000 to spin that idea and to see if it works. I don't know that there's something there, just because I could see myself craving Stixx, but I would probably just be more comfortable ordering them from an Italian place rather than like the breadstick place. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm willing to investigate.
Sure.
The other 2 ideas, however, are truly legendary. So I think, and especially, so I'm weighing on Pago. I think, again, I basically brought an idea to the podcast a couple weeks ago. I said, what if more things came in burrito form? We've definitely innovated on that.
For sure. Pago, for the thieves, just so you know, this is one of those, it's kind of like my blender idea. It was like one of the big ideas I had early on. I was like, I could do this. Yeah. Like if I could start this restaurant, I could go to a business and be like, hey, here's a bunch of samples of Pago. Like,
totally.
Like we'll get you food really quick. Anyway,
I get it. I'm all in on Pago completely. I think that's an amazing idea. I love that it's like Chipotle style menu. Yep. Protein, bread, whatever. I think that the market gap is so obvious that I'm surprised we haven't talked about it before.
And isn't it so?
It's so strange.
It's so strange
that probably the most popular food category outside of like American burgers and fries has no delivery or drive-through on the go option. And this seems like pretty clear how it would work, and it would work just like a burrito, just like a it's all there.
Yeah.
Luigi Vampa, amazing, right? Like I think that teppanyaki, I'm really into experiential dining, like melting pot. You dip stuff, like teppanyaki. You watch a whole show. I think that's awesome. And again, it's just shocking to me because that meal can be prepared in, I think about as much time as teppanyaki takes.
Oh yeah.
And
it's from kneading dough to eating, it's about an hour.
Yeah.
And it could be longer.
Which is appropriate. That's about how long it needs to take.
And throughout that time, of course, there's drinks and there's I think you could collect
appetizers and things like that.
Yeah, you can make bruschetta and a salad and garlic bread.
Totally.
Like, so many things that you can just layer in and make it this lovely
experience. I can picture the atmosphere and what it feels like to sit. And I think that version 1 probably is like one station, one group at a time.
But you have 10 slots. It's a reservation only, and then you get 2 tables.
And it's a date idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like just people that really love Italian food idea,
sure.
Right? I think that people would flock to this.
You'd be reserved for months.
Easily.
Yeah.
And I think it could do really well even in, I think there's a ton of room for it to do well in markets with, I think, like a higher Italian population.
Sure.
Or maybe not even because they just go to their grandma's, right? But I think in Utah culture where it's just people are looking for dates, homecomings and proms and all these things, where people go to things like teppanyaki now. Like teppanyaki, at least for my high school, was like the place you went for prom. And it's like, there's a lot of options here, basically.
Yeah, I remember Buca de Beppo's is another one that's like experiential in some ways. It's like, it's family style and it's like different than most restaurants. Right. Same type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's also Italian, by the way. But like it's just like a regular restaurant.
It's a different vibe completely.
Totally. And it's just a regular restaurant where you like, what do you want? I want this. Okay, great. Whereas like this really is it feels a lot more like teppanyaki.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't need to be a hibachi chef, it's like you got to go to like a school to do that and stuff. Like, yeah, you'd like probably want to be a chef, but like it's not that hard to make pasta. And so in an ideal world, you have Mario Capoletti, who is this old, seasoned chef. But like you could also just have a regular guy who's like, just an entertaining guy who knows how to make pasta and like you put on.
Yeah, and you give them some of those stories and things to tell. And I think that the proof is just all these videos these days that do so well of watching people cook and kind of like pasta making videos. Yeah. I see a lot of, and people like to watch this kind of art of making pasta. Teppanyaki, I think, is a little more showy. I think this is a little more arty.
Yeah.
But totally all in. And I love the name.
Luigi Vampas?
Yeah, it's fun.
Do you think people, the fact that it's from a character from Count of Monte Cristo? Like,
I'm not sure if that attracts people or.
I guess most people maybe not.
I think some people may want it to be based on a real person, right?
Sure.
Or
and I think it probably
a chef that's alive.
Just about any Italian name sounds cool because Italian names sound cool.
Exactly.
I feel bad for Stixx because I feel like Stixx, could have gotten a little more investment money, but
I think we've done a lot of like crumble ripoff ideas on the show. And
it's a little stale.
The other two are much more unique, I think.
That's fair.
All said and done, though, 3 great Italian restaurant ideas.
I was telling Andre, I was like, I know these ones are going to be decent because I've thought maybe I could make a whole big idea out of just Luigi Vampas, and I considered it. I was like, it's just a restaurant though. Like, yeah. Anyway,
restaurants are not super fit for big idea,
right?
Anyway,
Thieves, I want to know what you think. So that's how Andre invested Romeo's money. We'll put a Twitter poll up. You vote for the one that you think that you would go to or like the most. Really curious to see which one that you guys think. And let us know.
Maybe some people decide against me on Stixx. I will say I sided for Stixx. I just didn't side the most.
That's true. The other days were just that much better, right? All right. So for this last segment here, so a few episodes ago, one of my nephews gave us a really great idea about a robot that makes burgers. And we kind of riffed on it.
That was a great idea.
So one of my other nieces, who is now a listener of the show, she has this great idea and she really wanted to make it on the show. And so it's like, all right, well, I'm not going to have every single one of my nieces and nephews give an idea, but she sent us a video and I think that I didn't listen to it all the way, I just kind of got like a little bit of a gist of it.
Because we like to be surprised on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So if at the end she's like, and Scott's my least favorite uncle.
Scott just started dropping F-bombs and stuff. So I think it's a two-parter. So the first part, she gives us just some general feedback, which I think we should hear,
Oh, definitely.
And then
we love listener feedback.
And then she's going to give us an idea. So we'll kind of dissect the idea, see if it's a good. And her name is Sailor Doll, which sounds like a fake name, but.
Sailor Doll, like Sailor Moon. But
yes.
Doll.
But doll. You got that queued up, Andre?
Yeah. I got it.
All right, let's go. This is Sailor Doll.
Okay, so I had this idea for your podcast. You need to upgrade your merch with, I was thinking some phone cases, some sweatshirts maybe, some shirts, maybe
Not just upgrade.
pop
Have it,
sockets,
baby.
maybe hats and socks and tote bags and sunglasses.
Okay, and this is in the second video. So before we go to that, yes, we need to upgrade our merch.
I know, and she makes an excellent point.
We are really close.
I know.
I have a couple designers giving us
pop sockets. I had not considered pop sockets, but I personally would love steal this idea of pop socket.
Yeah, it could be cool.
It would be. I think the logo would look good on pop socket. That's all.
We get a lot of compliments on our logo, actually.
I know.
So, all right. So now this is the idea from Sailor.
My big idea is Sleepy Panda. It's this backpack. It's like a pretty big backpack with lots of pouches. Let's say that you were going on a trip and it was an activity bag. And there's lots of pouches and pockets and stuff like that. So let's say you are in a trip, say you're getting a little tired. And while you are waiting, you put the other pouch and all of your activities in the other pouch. You'll see after all of your activities out, you'll see a little string. Then you'll pull that little string and your backpack will turn into a complete pillow. The pillow is really big right now. So after you pull the string, you'll see the pillow, which has a zipper. Most pillows have stuffing, but this one has two very fluffy blankets. That's why it's so big. They're very...
Okay. First of all, thieves out there, this is something I really want you to do. In so many offers that nobody ever takes me up on, my Venmo offer, all these things. Sit your kid down, pull out your camera, and record them and say, do you have any business ideas?
Yeah.
If you could invent one thing, what would you invent? One, this is a great exercise for kids to do.
Totally.
Just in creativity and critical thinking and, entrepreneurial spirit. And also, they make for the cutest freaking memories in the world, right? And then send them to the podcast so we can play them and listen to them.
Now, the idea, just to clarify, is...
in case you were a little confused.
So the idea is they have these things that are similar that are kind of like, it's like a pillow and a blanket in one. So it's that, but also an activity bag. So the idea is it would be a pillow and blanket that folds into itself, but also has straps. And then also on the inside and sides, you have all these pouches for your activity. So really like a road trip type bag or a sleepover bag. So I can put my games, I can put my Switch, I can put, all the things that I have, coloring books, that kind of stuff. And then I've got all that on my car and it's I'm tired. I flip it open, it's a blanket, it's got a huge pillow in there that snaps into it and I can lay down on that. And so all I got to do is just grab my activity bag, it's got my pillow, my blanket and all my stuff.
Right.
I'm good to go.
Do you think that so not having kids and not having coloring books and things like that?
You were a kid.
I was a kid, but more recently, I was a college student.
Sure.
And I've been a debate coach for 10 years. And the ability to somehow have a backpack that turns into a pillow for sleeping in hallways, sleeping in libraries, that's actually really interesting to me. And I think doesn't get captured by some of these kids bag ideas.
Totally. I do think there's
a market to pitch a backpack pillow conversion technology to a lot of different people that just want to sleep.
Because we had an idea that was it's a hoodie that flips out into a little knapsack backpack. I think in the same wheelhouse where, I absolutely agree. We're man, if I could just have this overnight bag where it's I'm going to be on a bus or I'm going to be on a really long flight, and it's got a neck pillow type thing built into it. Right. And a blanket. It's I don't have to get the blanket from the freaking airport or whatever. Yeah. And I could fit my laptop in there. I could fit my cell phone chargers in there.
Totally.
I could realistically take this kind of overnight bag, or sleep over at your girlfriend or boyfriend's house type of bag where it's I'm just going to grab this. Just if I end up on the couch, I've got exactly what I need.
Totally.
I think there's very much two ideas here.
I think picture this. So I'm looking at the podcast backpack right now. Very typical
Yeah.
backpack design. What if?
It's not the ultimate. What was the ultimate backpack?
Yeah, I don't remember what we called it.
Oh, last pack.
Last pack.
Yeah, it's not the last pack. That's a different idea.
No, if that existed, well, the podcast bag would be a last pack. So picture if the back component like zipped off, and then under it was like a velvety soft material.
Yeah.
And then if I could like blow into a little blow guy,
Yeah.
and like just kind of partially inflate it,
Sure.
and then have I don't know, like that would be actually really cool.
Yeah. Even just having some sort of like, they have those really small blankets like you can like compress down. Having that as like tucked in there somewhere, that like you could also, that also kind of acts as like a cushion.
Something to think about.
I think there's something there.
Yeah,
I think Sailor is onto something.
I agree. And we need better merch.
And we need better merch.
That was really good feedback.
So great idea, Sailor, and good feedback for us.
Yes.
Thieves, we're working on it. We're going to have some shirts, some hats, some pop sockets. We're going to have a whole
whole
host of-
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people who are giving us ideas and contributing and our Patreon supporters, best be sure that you will be the first in line with
Exactly.
getting a lot of that stuff.
And sit your kid down, make them tell you a good idea, and then send us the video so we can play it on the podcast.
100%.
Because they're fun for us and they're fun for your kid.
All right, before we sign off, Andre, you've got a couple things, a couple product reviews. I think the thieves want to know, 1, how is that Tushy bidet? 2, how is that shower? And 3, was there something else?
I have a towel warmer.
Towel warmer.
Which I want to talk about. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast.
Maybe not. Let's talk bathroom
Yeah.
theme.
So the last couple months, 2 months, I've really just upgraded my bathroom. It's now essentially a spa. So last week on the podcast, I bought the Moen aromatherapy shower head. And what it is essentially a shower head that you put a little Keurig-like pod into, and it aromatherapies your bathroom. The other thing is a Tushy bidet. It was like $115 right when this whole COVID-19 thing got started. The toilet paper crisis hit.
It took like 8 weeks to get to your house.
Yes, it took a long time to get to my house because everybody freaked out. And I just got it installed like the other week. So that's that. The other thing is I bought a towel warmer for like $120 on Amazon because I wanted a towel warmer. I was interested. And essentially it's like a bucket that you put 2 towels in, turn it on, you press a button, and it heats them.
And then you hop in the shower.
Yep.
And then when you get out of the shower, you get this nice warm little
Yeah.
toasty little thing.
So reviews. 1, the Moen aromatherapy shower head, legendary. Like truly, truly legendary. It makes the whole, so my shower is adjacent to my master bedroom, and it's like if you leave the bathroom door open while you shower,
Yeah.
the 2 rooms like just smell amazing. It feels so refreshing. It like clears your sinuses.
Interesting.
It's so good of a shower experience. And I think one thing we talked about on the podcast is we weren't sure how long the pods would last because they're about $15 for 4. So they're not cheap. They're really in the same price range as like a bath bomb from like Lush, like a nice bath bomb.
Right.
It's not cheap.
Like $3 a
pod. Yeah. And I was worried that they would only last like 1 shower each. I will say what's annoying is it's not scientific at all. Like I can't tell how long they're lasting really. But I generally have found that they last at least 2 or 3 showers. And you can just like leave the pod in and get every last drag of anything that's in there and then change when you're ready. But the aromatherapy shower head, I cannot recommend enough.
Because there's like $140 for like the...
And it's also a nice shower head. Like even in...
Because you have like the double where it's like you have the fixed one and then the...
like a little rain thing and then also a magnetic, which I really like, is the shower wand is a super strong magnet where usually they're like these weird
like
holster
jam
things.
it in. Yeah,
exactly. So it feels like very luxury. You'd be like, eek, and it comes right down. That's that.
Do you think, before we move on, do you think it'd be possible to engineer your own pods?
So I was thinking about, so with Keurig, they have made these kind of off-brand Keurig pods.
Keurigs.
Basically. And what you can do is you buy like a little plastic one and then you can stuff your own coffee and make Keurig pods of your own. I don't know if that will be, I think it, based on the technology. So, and what's complicated about Keurig is they have like this weird scanner technology that checks if the pod is legit. So the technology behind the off-brand ones is really complicated. For this, there's like no technology in it.
It's probably just like a slow drip.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you
thing.
totally could, 100%. The problem is where 10 billion Americans have Keurig pods and they're thinking about this problem. Not that many people have the Moen.
10 total people have this.
Exactly. So I don't know if somebody is going to engineer how to do it. But what would be awesome is if you could buy on Amazon like a little Moen compatible
Sure.
aromatherapy pod, and then like drip your own essential oils in it.
Because that to me, if I knew I could just make my own, because I have essential, like my wife has like a whole collection from her sister, and like, if I could just make my own, sure, yeah.
Awesome. Totally. So I hope that something like that could come around.
So 2 big thumbs up on the shower head.
Exactly.
Tushy?
Tushy, I'm a pretty big fan. So for the price point,
Seems like
great.
it's a little expensive.
I think it was like 100. That seemed very reasonable to me though.
Oh, okay. Is it hot and cold or just cold?
It's just cold.
I feel like you can get a bidet for under 100.
I don't know.
I mean, Tushy is like a brand. Like
It looked nice, and it looks very attractive on the toilet. It has just like one simple knob. It's very easy to use. It was hard for me to install just because I don't know what the plumbers that installed our toilet did.
Right.
But it was just like hyper threaded on the original attachment. But in theory, it would actually be very easy to install. It would take like maybe 20 minutes, which is awesome. Especially because most people, I think bidets would be hard. And for a little bit more money, you can get one with warm water. You just have to have a
warm water hookup.
Yeah, you need an easy way to access your sink, basically. Where if you have like a cabinet water, it's not possible. Or if you rent, I could have, in theory, my toilet and my sink are close enough, but I would have had to have drilled a hole in the side of my cabinet, which I can't do. But the Tushy is great.
And most people I know who have bidets, it's like you get used to cold water. It's like fine.
So I wasn't worried about it at all. My spouse was like, I'm never going to use that thing because it's so cold. He and I agree that it's fine.
Yeah.
I think warm water would be a luxurious improvement, but not necessary at all.
I mean, you could get one of those like $1,000 bidets that have like freaking seat warmers.
Which I don't see myself doing that at all.
Like they play music, they open up.
I don't need anything like that. I think Tushy is simple and elegant and easy. Do I think that a bidet is truly necessary? I'm in and out on it. I think
it should save a little bit on toilet paper.
Yeah, and as a person that like generally values like cleanliness,
and you're wasting water,
being clean, which I don't like. I really don't like that. That's the thing. So I'm hot and cold.
Would you rather waste water or kill trees? Which
it's really tough. Exactly. So that's Tushy. I would recommend if you want an easy to install bidet with like very low feature set that isn't distracting in the bathroom, I would look at Tushy. The third thing is the towel warmer. The towel warmer is pretty disappointing, I have to be honest. The challenge being that it just doesn't get your towels that hot. Like I would generally estimate that the heatedness of the towel wears off very quickly.
So you have to throw that thing on real quick.
Well, I think you got to. So one, you need to put the towel in the towel warmer real early if you want it to be hot, and then secondly, you gotta basically pull it out and then be ready to wrap. Which I find generally it's like I gotta air dry for a sec, then use the hot towel. It's nice. I would say it's a noted improvement, but it probably would be better like as a special occasion item also.
Sure. Do you think if you spent more on like a bigger, more industrial one, or is it a point where it's like I can't fit this in my bathroom? Like
well, and I will say I can't fit it in my bathroom now. It's really, really annoying to have. If I had the thing is I have a pretty small bathroom. If you had a slightly larger bathroom, it would be more convenient. But I would place it in a category of, do I need a hot towel every day? No. Yeah. But if I'm like taking some time, maybe you're like once or twice a week where you have like a really long bath and you really spend a lot of time in the bathroom.
Sure.
A hot towel adds to that, but not really worth $120. And it's no specific brand. It's just like go to Amazon and search towel warmer.
Just like whatever the one is.
Yeah.
Well, thieves. We've had a pretty good episode, Andre.
I think so too.
We got some good product reviews. We had some great ideas.
3 great ideas.
3 great ideas. We had some good idea, bad ideas. And we had a nice little guest idea, which was
Sailor.
Also,
Shout out to Sailor.
Shout out. Pretty great. A couple other shout outs before we sign off. Shout out to Troy. He's a Patreon supporter. Shout out to Christian Barfus. He re-upped his Patreon.
Thank you, Christian.
Appreciate that, as always. Shout out to, again, Catherine Porter, my cousin.
Yep.
She's always
one of our most loyal fans.
She really is. But big shout out to Brock Beeson. Wasn't a Patreon supporter, just became a Patreon supporter.
Love it. Thanks, Brock.
Love that, Brock. Also, I want to give just a quick shout out. There is a YouTube series local in Salt Lake called Salt Make City. They just have a couple videos out right now, but they interview local people who make stuff, whether it's 3D printing or making knives and stuff like that, and just have like an interesting, like they walk through like their whole process and stuff. It's really interesting stuff. So we'll link that below. Shout out to Salt Lake City. Pretty cool stuff.
I have a shout out.
Yeah.
Taylor Bell, if you're out there, you're supposed to be listening to this podcast. So I sure hope you are. You say you listen to the podcast. So
Are you a liar?
are you a liar? Are you a liar, Taylor? But I hope you're listening. Shout out to Stitcher Podcast Network, which we've been working with on, a couple of features and, just kind of getting our podcast out. We love Stitcher. We think Stitcher is an awesome app to listen to podcasts. To all of our Stitcher listeners out there, which I know there are many of you, thank you for listening on Stitcher.
Totally appreciate it.
Yep.
I think that's going to do it for us. And we will be back next week with another big idea. I think it's Andre's turn.
Well, a couple of other things. For information on the podcast, go to ghostofthIsidea.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can find all that on our website, but our handles are @ghostofthIsidea. Send us an email, idea@ghostofthIsidea.com. Send us a video of your kid giving their best idea.
We'll give you a sticker.
Exactly.
If you go to our Patreon and chip in $1, $2,
$1,
$3,
$2, $3, $5.
There's different tiers. Actually, we made a bunch of cool little perks for people who who support us. We have a couple video episodes that we've done, kind of like bonus episodes. If you want to see some of the products we reviewed and just kind of some other fun videos, see what we look like or whatever. Anybody who contributes any amount gets access to those. And as we get more merchandise, we have a couple of other little cool things we're doing for anybody who supports. Yeah, because we want to give back to the people who are kind of supporting us, keeping the lights on. So.
And check out our YouTube channel where we have all of our ideas trimmed to about 10 minutes each, so you can share them with your friends.
Yeah, all the
share
big
them on
ideas.
Facebook, social media, whatever. And I think that about does it.
That
for
about
all
does
the places to find us.
And before we totally wrap up, just want to remind you guys that this episode was brought to you by Pocket Pro, pocketprogear.com. Use the discount code Steal This Idea to get 15% off your next purchase. They have an awesome line of products to improve what you're carrying every day. So check them out. Right, Andre?
We love it.
We love it.
We love Pocket Pro Gear.
Woo. Thieves, we love you. As always, we appreciate you, and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.
You think Mark Cuban's the type of guy who just doesn't in excitement just smash a wall?
I'm sure he does.
He does seem like the type.
I mean, he basically, I don't watch the NBA, but I think that's basically what he does at NBA games, right?
Just throw drinks on the ground when his team loses.
He's got kind of energy.
He does have a bit of energy. I will say the Shark Tank.
Yeah.
To me, he is the Simon Cowell of that show.
Easily.
Where it's
He's
just
like quite lovable on Shark Tank. The way that you love Simon, where it's like, you're kind of a jerk, but
yeah,
I respect your opinion.
like everyone else is like, it kind of feels like they're trying to be jerks, but they like,
it's weird that we've never talked about Shark Tank on this show.
It is funny.
And that's the number one
Totally.
comparison people make.
Yeah. I've been trying to think a lot about like, all right, we are kind of like Shark Tank meets, and I've been like struggling to fill in like,
yeah, we don't really meet anything. It's like Shark Tank minus the business aspect.
I mean, I guess you would say we're a podcast version of Shark Tank, kind of.
Kind of. But you got with a big kind of.
Yeah.
Worth considering.
Yeah, I would always say that we're kind of like Reply All or Radiolab in that like you have two hosts that are going back and forth. Like, it's more like that.
Well, it's not like I'm not pitching it to you generally.
Yeah.
We have a dialogue on this show about our business ideas.
Right. Yeah, I'm not actually investing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, you can take them at the end. Where on Shark Tank, it would be considered rude if you watch the show and you're like, okay, I'm going to make this now.
I'm just going to copy what this guy's doing.
Exactly. No, on this show, you can take the idea.
Run with it.
It's like Shark Tank, but it's for you. You know?
It's for you.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like Shark Tank, but for you.
Use Scipio, the #1 engagement tool for sales teams that want more responses, appointments, and conversations. Message your leads and customers where they are on their phone. I'm not talking about phone calls. We're talking about true one-to-one texting. Use the code STEAL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. Use the code STEAL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. See you later, thieves.